Very good morning to today online lecture. Now in this class we are able to discuss about folded dipole antenna array. So folded dipole antenna array. So this will ask in unit number 3. So it is the basic introduction about this folded dipole antenna. So in our basic communication system, so we have frequency set, so that equals to very high frequency, ultra high frequency, short wave frequency, simply as HF. So very high frequency range from 30 megahertz to 3000 megahertz. Similarly, ultra high frequency 300 megahertz to 3000 megahertz. SHF, so 3000 megahertz to 30,000 megahertz. So these are the respective frequencies. Similarly, what is the wavelength lambda? So this equals to 10 to 1 meter. This will give 1 to 0.1 meter. This is able to 10 centimeter to 1 centimeter. So these are the very important numerical frequency for our online examination as well as short answers questions. So the antennas operating above the frequency of this 2000 set, so from this one, so the antennas are simply called microwave antennas. So microwave antennas. So what are the examples for this type of microwaves? Are simply the elevated antennas. So the elevated antenna are simply the tubing rods. So these materials of either aluminum or copper. So these are the prescribed materials for the antenna designing. Why? Because if the frequency increase, there are several problems. So there are new methods become very practicable. So in general, the frequency ranges from 30 megahertz to 3000 megahertz. Consider, so these are very popularity for our antenna design. So antenna design is very crucial task in this frequency ranges. So very important popular frequencies 30 megahertz to 3000 megahertz. Similarly for 300 to 3000 megahertz. So why? Because these very high frequencies antennas are mostly used in applications for this very high frequency and ultra high frequency antennas are our mobile communications, so simply land mobile communications. So these are the various possible applications. Coastal communication. So coastal communications. Similarly, public communications. So these are the very important communications for our very high frequency and ultra high frequency all. So it is also possible to design in this particular band. So their commercial purpose, suppose vehicle antennas, vehicle, suppose it may be aircraft, suppose it may be ship. So these are the possible communications for this vehicle, aircraft, ship. So that is very high frequency, ultra high frequency. So these sometimes called whip antennas. So these are the whip antennas, sometimes called whip antennas also. So these whip antennas are most popularly used in the particular antennas. So those are mounted nothing but the body of the vehicle act as ground. So the top and roof act as antenna. So for such type of example, we have folded dipole antenna and Aggie-Wood antenna. So to meet all this one, so we have folded dipole and Aggie-Wood antenna. So both are very popular antennas for the vehicular and aircraft applications. So now let me move on. So this is the folded dipole antenna. So let me see. Let me discuss what is the basic construction of folded dipole antenna. This is the basic diameter here. So the basic diameter equal to D2. Similarly here diameter D1. So similarly, for like half wave dipole, so it is also having the figure number 8 radiation pattern. So it is also figure number 8 radiation pattern. So a very important variation of conventional half wave dipole is so this folded dipole as shown in this figure. So what are the key features? So that is equal to here two half-wave dipoles, so that are so two half-wave dipoles, simply two half-wave dipoles. So one will use as the continuous. So one is in continuous format. So another one is equal to split at the center. So you have familiar about normal regular half-wave dipole, na? So here two half-wave dipoles are used here. So two half-wave dipoles, one should be in continuous and another should be in split structure. So these two half-wave dipoles are being folded and joined together in parallel at the end. So these two half-wave dipoles are folded structure. So folded and joined together. So these folding nature and joined together at this point. So this is the point at where both the folded structures and their tips are joined to form the parallel way at the end of the two-wire transmission line. So the split dipole is fed at the center by balanced transmission line. So we are familiar about the transmission lines in last semester. One is balanced transmission line, another one equal to unbalanced transmission line. So the split dipole is fed at the center, just simple by balanced transmission line. So the two dipoles therefore have the same voltages at the end. So they are especially two dipoles in parallel as far as the radiation fields are considered. So therefore the radiation patterns, so the radiation pattern of the folded dipole and the conventional dipole is both are same, but the input impedance of folded dipole is greater than, so nothing but a radiation pattern of lambda by 2 dipole and this folded dipole antenna both are same. This is folded dipole antenna, both are same. But whereas in input impedance, so that is input impedance is for folded dipole antenna is greater than compared to lambda by 2 dipole antenna. So these are the main features so that we observed from the folded dipole antenna structure. Similarly, here two half-wave dipoles are joined to form the structure like this. So it differs from the conventional dipole. So the directivity of folded dipole is bidirectional because of distribution of the currents in the part of the folded dipole and the input impedance both are become very popular and very higher. So here we are taking the from this figure two diameters or simply call it as two radius are become very much equal. So if this two radii of these two conductors are become equal, so equal currents flow in both the conductors in the same directions. So when D1 and D2 equal to D1 equal to D2, so what is the observation here? Currents flowing through the currents are equal. So that is equal currents are flowing from the parts and both are be in the same direction. So very important equal, so same directions and currents are equal in the folded dipole. So don't forget that point for our folded dipole antenna. So currents are in equal magnitude and phase in the particular dipole antenna. So with this knowledge in the folded dipole antenna, so equal phase. Okay, so we are able to equal phase. So equal phase as well as the currents are equal in the particular folded dipole antennas. So total power developed by this folded dipole antenna is also be equal, and that should be conventional dipole. So therefore input or terminal impedance of folded dipole is greater than the conventional dipole. So sometimes somebody says that how to, so this is the basic constructions, but these are the key, what are the key features. So key features for this antenna is like this. So now we let discuss. So now we let discuss how to extend this folded dipole. So this in the above picture, previous picture, it is two-wire folded dipole, but we extend the topic to three-wire dipole. So what is the construction of the three-wire dipole? So it is the basic construction about three-wire dipole. So for if this two-wire dipole, so what is the key features here? So if the total current fed at the both terminals A and A dash, so if that is the total current, so total current equals to, that equals to I. So the two dipoles will able to separate the I by 2 and I by 2. So if this has been straight dipole, so the total current would have flowed in first only one dipole. But with the same power applied, only half of the current flows in the particular dipole, and hence input impedance is 4 times that of the straight dipole. So because of the transmission line seen, higher input impedance is delivering the same power, only the half wave input impedance. So we have the formula, so that equal to radiation resistance RR equal to n square multiplied by 73. So for example, if n equal to 2, so what is the 2 equal to? So 2 that equals to your 292. So for a far, so this is for normal regular dipole antenna will able to provide a 292 ohm. So this shows that a two-wire folded dipole can be fed with the conventional 300 open wire transmission line, so without any matching device. So further, if there are 3 wires are used to form the folded dipole, simply tripole as shown in this figure, only 1/3 of total radiating current would be supplied at the input terminal, and hence the input impedance are both are become equal. So folded dipole antenna has very good built-in impedance transforming properties. So it makes it easy to match the transmission line that feeds the antenna. So alternatively, instead of changing the number of dipoles, it is also possible to change the input impedance just by placing the radius of 2 dipoles in unequal manner. So the currents are flowing as shown in this way. So therefore, equal currents that equal to equal currents of both will be formed in the particular structure. So nothing but the frequency of resonance. So frequency of resonance is very important concept here. So frequency of resonance. So why? Because this folded dipole, by the phenomena, it doesn't accept the power at even harmonics of fundamental. So power not expected. So power not expected at any 2, 4, etc. Fundamental frequencies. Suppose if the frequency, for example, if the dipole working on suppose a 5 megahertz, the dipole works on 5 megahertz. So our folded dipole acting as 3, so that is the 15 megahertz. So likewise, we are expecting this working frequencies. So folded dipole can be designed that is greater than lambda by 2. So this is the basic construction. So what is the basic construction of this folded? This is the basic information about folded dipole antenna. So let me move on to, so what is the equation for input impedance? So to identify the equation for input impedance or terminal impedance of folded dipole antenna, the equivalent circuit will able to. So let V be the EMF applied at the antenna terminal. So consider what is the total V equals to here simply applied voltage. So EMF applied to the antenna terminals. So therefore total V. So total V can be split to V by 2 and V by 2. సో మొత్తం వోల్టేజ్ కూడా V by 2 and V by 2 గా మనకి ఇక్కడ స్ప్లిట్ అవుతుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ వన్ బేసిక్ పాయింట్ హియర్. సో when you apply KCL, so by using our nodal analysis, so how to build up the equation? So V by 2 equals to I1, their self impedance VZ11 plus I2 V Z12. So this is the nodal analysis equation for our this one. So I1 and I2 are current flowing at the terminals of dipole number 1 and dipole number 2. So their I1 comma I2 are respective currents. So Z11 and Z12 are self impedance. So as we know that both currents will become equal, so that equal I1 equals to I2. So from this equation 1, so V by 2 equals to, let's take I1 of Z11 plus Z1. So this is the V by 2. So the two dipoles in the system are very close to each other. The spacing between these two dipoles are very, very small. Suppose it will take lambda by 2. So the spacing between these two dipoles. This is the two dipole spacing. So this is the two dipoles spacing. It will take. So the spacing, very, very small spacing. So the two dipoles approximately it will be very, very lambda by 100. So this is spacing required to maintain this one. So from this analysis, let's take so Z11 equals to Z12. So both their equations are become equal. So applying this condition to previous equation, so V by 2 equals to I1 of Z11 plus Z11. So V by 2 equals to I1 of 2Z11. So or what we can say, Z equals to, so V by I1, that equals to 4 into Z11. As we know that 4 into 73. So why? Because Z11 equal to 73 ohm for dipole. So therefore, from this analysis, Z equals to 292. So similarly, if you will take a general expression with the generalizer, so in general, so Z equals to n square multiplied by 73. So here n equal to number of half wave dipoles. So for example, n equals to 2, what is the Z equals to 4 into 73. So that equals to your 292. Similarly, for n equal to 3, n equal to 4. So these are the values we are able to get the. So finally, for folded dipole, the impedance equal to 292 ohm. Clear? So this will make you possible understanding. So since the impedance transformation is possible, so here we are taking the phenomena. So why? Because since so impedance transformation is possible. Here we are making a note here. Is possible by making so unequal radius of given two dipoles. So the general formula. So generally, this formula will become Z equals to Z11 into 1 plus R2 by R1 square. So that equals to 73 1 plus R2 by R1 square. When both are R2, where R2 and R1 are radius of elements. Suppose if you are considering, suppose R2 equals to 2R1. So Z equals to 73 into 1 plus 2R2 by R1 square. So that equal to 73. So here R1. So 3 square. 73 into 3 equal to 6. So in this way also you are able to maintain the Z for your R50 657. So for gate examination several times they will ask likewise. So that equal to Z equals to Z11. So 1 plus log A by R1 divided by log A by R2. So that equal to Z11 Z ratio. Where small a is the distance between two conductors and R1 and R2 are radius of these two conductors. Or somebody says Z or, so that equals to impedance transformation ratio, that equals to here log A by R1 divided by log A by R2, so plus 1. So in this way also we are able to catch the equations. So these are the important considerations from